High in the Canadian Rockies, nestled among breathtaking peaks and forests, stands a castle. A castle built, not for kings or queens, but for travelers. The Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel, a place of luxury, beauty, and as many claim, unspeakable terror. For more than a century, guests have checked in to enjoy the mountain views, but some never truly checked out. Behind its stone walls and grand staircases, shadows linger. A bride who dances alone in the ballroom, forever waiting for her first dance. A doorman who greets guests long after his death, and whispers of a hidden room sealed away after unspeakable horrors took place inside. Tonight, we uncover the haunted legends of Canada's most famous hotel. Welcome to the dark and strange, and the hauntings of the Banff Springs Hotel. Built in 1888 by the Canadian Pacific Railway, the Banff Springs Hotel was designed to bring luxury to the wilderness. Styled after a Scottish baronial castle, it quickly became known as the Castle in the Rockies. But beneath its beauty, stories of tragedy and death began almost immediately. Perhaps the most famous ghost of Banff Springs is the bride. In the 1920s, a young woman in her wedding gown descended the grand staircase. Her veil brushed against a candle, igniting in flames. In her panic, she fell down the staircase to her death. One guest recalled staying at the hotel in the early 2000s. Late at night, she wandered the hallways after a wedding party in the ballroom. As she reached the staircase, she noticed a woman in a long, flowing white gown standing at the top. Thinking it was another bride posing for photos, she raised her camera. But when she looked through the viewfinder, the staircase was empty. Moments later, she heard what she described as the faint sound of fabric dragging across the marble steps, followed by the smell of burning fabric. Terrified, she fled back to her room. The next morning, she asked hotel staff about the woman in white and was told, without hesitation, "Oh, you must have seen the bride." The bride has also been seen by staff, the people who know these halls best. One night, a housekeeper reported locking up the ballroom after an event. She swore she saw a woman in white standing at the far end of the room, her head bowed, as though waiting for music to start. When the housekeeper stepped inside, the figure began to move, swaying gently, as if in a slow dance. But when she turned on the lights, the ballroom was completely empty. To this day, she refuses to close the ballroom alone. Guests and workers alike agree. The bride is not just a story. She is still here, forever caught between joy and tragedy, searching for a dance that will never come. Another spirit said to linger is the ghostly bellman, believed to be Sam McCauley, a longtime staff member who died in the 1970s. Guests report seeing him unlock doors, carry luggage, and even give directions, only for him to vanish before their eyes. Some guests claim they even tipped him only to discover that the bellman they described died decades ago. One couple checked into the hotel late at night after a long day of travel. Exhausted, they struggled with the key to their room. The lock simply wouldn't turn. Out of nowhere, a friendly bellman appeared. He was described as an older man with a Scottish accent, wearing a crisp, old-fashioned uniform. He smiled, said not to worry, and unlocked the door with ease. The couple thanked him, even swore they saw him tip his hat before walking down the hall. The next morning, they asked the front desk to send their thanks to the bellman who had helped them. The receptionist looked puzzled, then said, "That's impossible. We don't have anyone on staff by that description." The couple insisted, until the receptionist asked, did he have a Scottish accent and a round cap? When they nodded, the staff member went pale. "You must have met Sam, but he died nearly 30 years ago." Even in death, Sam Macaulay continues to serve the guests of Banff Springs. A loyal employee, or a restless soul forever bound to the hotel he loved? Of all the stories tied to the Banff Springs Hotel, none are more disturbing than the legend of Room 873. It's said a man murdered his wife and young daughter inside before taking his own life. Guests who stayed there reported bloodstains that returned no matter how often the walls were cleaned. Eventually, the hotel sealed the room off completely. Today, if you walk the 8th floor, you'll find that the sequence of doors skips from 872 to 874, where 873 should be. There is only a wall. One guest staying near the sealed door recalled being woken in the middle of the night by the sound of frantic knocking. At first, they thought it was someone lost or locked out of their room. But when they opened their door, the hallway was empty. Just silence, and a cold, unnatural chill in the air. As they stepped closer to where room 873 would have been, they swore they heard the sound of a child's voice, faintly whispering on the other side of the wall. Terrified, they rushed back to their room and locked the door. The next morning, they asked staff about the strange room at the end of the hall. The reply was short and final. There is no room 873. Whether the story of room 873 is fact or fiction, one thing is certain. Something about that hallway unsettles almost everyone who dares to walk it. Banff Springs is alive with whispers of the supernatural. Guests hear phantom choirs in the ballroom. Shadows drift along the 6th and 7th floors. Staff have heard laughter and whispers in empty corridors. While the hotel doesn't officially recognize the legends, many employees refuse to work certain shifts alone. Some believe the land itself holds the energy of the past. The Rockies are rich in quartz and limestone, said to trap and amplify energy, combined with tragic deaths, violent stories, and the isolation of the wilderness. The hotel may be a perfect vessel for spirits. Today, The Fairmont Banff Springs embraces its reputation. Ghost tours bring thrill seekers from around the world. Some guests laugh it off. Others leave shaken. Reports continue of footsteps pacing outside rooms, doors opening on their own, and the feeling of being watched. The Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel is a place of beauty and of shadows. Whether it is truly haunted or not, its legends endure. And for those who dare to spend the night, remember, not every guest you meet may be among the living, and some may never have left at all. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video and want to see more like it, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you for watching The Dark and Strange.